For financial advisors, finding your niche in this industry can be difficult, but cultivating and growing that niche is another challenge. I'm joined today by Paul Ried, Cetera Network's top advisor, to talk about niches. So Paul, tell me, how did you find your niche?
Sure, well, my niche is actually a Fortune 500 company. It's a Boeing company. And I taught classes there actually from 1988, Matt, to 2009. And it was education-based, developed an 8-session financial curriculum on retirement, 401k management, estate planning, estate strategies, and so forth.
Now, finding that niche at a company like that is one challenge, but cultivating it and growing it and nurturing it for so many years is another. Tell me, how did you do that, though?
Well, part of what we did is develop a customized process. When folks came in for a first meeting, it was a process designed around the key decisions that Boeing managers, executives, and engineers had to make as they prepared for retirement. So we carved it out, Matt, as retirement focused only, so those 55 and older, specifically preparedness for retirement, and then income planning, and also address some of the key Boeing decisions, which include pension options such as survivorship options, lump sum options, supplemental benefit plan, and we tended to use the Boeing acronyms and names so they could see that we're very closely tied with the information stream that Boeing had.
Now, that's really interesting. Now, did you find there's some pitfalls when you focus on one niche, or is there other pieces of your practice that are built around other kinds of clients?
Part of what I learned was when you focus on a niche, that means you're ignoring other parts of it. So we are very clear when we're referred into, when clients were referred to us, we're very clear to tell them what we did and what we didn't do.
Okay.
And that was a revelation to me. At first it was you had to have so much assets and that qualified you to become a client of ours or potential client. Well, now it's actually you've got to fit a certain demographic, and I've got to be convinced that our team, and it's a team of 12 people, can add true value to that client relationship from retirement all the way through life.
Now, you mentioned you have a team of 12 people, but so much of this is a relationship game for you. How do you pull in those other members of your team into this relationship that you've built?
Sure. First of all, I make sure that those folks on the team have the same shared commitment as I do for the clientele. I mean, I truly believe, Matt, it's a calling, both personally and professionally, to this clientele. My father, in fact, was my first client, retired from Boeing in 1986. I began in the industry in 1986, so I was challenged to do the best job I can for him, and that's carried me all the way through with education as well. So the team members had to have a shared vision for this clientele. They also had to have a commitment to the process that we use. We have a singular process that we use, whether a client meets with one advisor or another. It's a process surrounded by expertise that we've developed and also geared towards those key decisions. So it's identifying the right folks, it's having key meetings to reinforce that among our team members, and making sure that we're all on the same page as things change with the Boeing benefits plan.
That's really, really interesting. Now, as you think about succession,
Sure.
which is a challenge for this entire industry,
You bet.
is it something where you feel your team is positioned to continue these relationships beyond you?
You know, what we do when a client becomes a client, I mentioned you're not a client of a particular advisor, a primary advisor you meet with, you're a client of our firm. And I make sure that's very evident. I also tend to bring in team members that have different expertise to apply in that client relationship. For example, we have a director of investment research and management. I bring him in to talk about the portfolio process. We have someone that has a law degree who's is an attorney, but also is studying for a CFP. He's our estate transition specialist, so when our clients tend to get older in retirement, maybe need to move into consider durable power of attorney, implementing that, or transitioning to a spouse or the next generation, then we've got someone that they already know on our team who's equipped and prepared for that particular process. So I bring the team, each member of the team in, I emphasize they're a part of the planning process, and also the other primary advisors that we have are 20 years younger than me for the most part, or more.
Well, it sounds like an incredible niche, and you've done a great job cultivating and building a team to service it. So, Paul, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
For Investment News, I'm Matt Ackerman.